Washington Commanders linebacker Scoota Harris, and you're watching the Fan View podcast.
Welcome back, everybody. Fan View podcast. Y'all already know what it is. I'm that boy Fred.
G-Sportz. G-Sportz back at it.
You know what I'm saying? Coach Hurricane Hen back at it again. You heard the Hurricane, Scoota?
Nah,
Oh my God, he taking shots already. See, listen. I'm the one that normally starts all the matches.
bro.
But hint already early. Listen,
That's irrelevant, man. Shit, like, real talk. Like, you ain't even gotta
Higgins
take
ain't
it
been
there.
relevant since
I don't
2003.
care. I don't care.
Don't matter.
Yeah.
We still
Like, we took y'all team. Like, our team came to Everett.
Katrina took the team.
No, we took the rest of it. though.
Katrina took the
Real
team.
talk. Them boys they seen the movement, the motion over there in Marrero. Like,
right.
come on down
You
the
ran
street.
with rubber for the longest.
Listen, got my dude in the building, man. Scoota Harris, man.
Appreciate
Been
y'all
following you
having
since
me,
high
man.
school, bro. Glad to have you on the Fan View podcast. Been trying to get you on
yeah.
for a little minute now.
Appreciate
He's starting to
y'all.
mess already.
Appreciate y'all.
Starting to mess already.
Know what it is, man.
Already in the building.
Know what
Right,
it is.
right. But man, we always like to start the podcast all about, you talking about your journey, from middle school to high school to college, and now, ultimately you're playing for the Washington Commanders, man, and you've been elevating it every year since you've been in the league. So kind of just talk about that process, man, and kind of, let everybody know, what you went through your time playing football since middle school.
Man, that whole process, bro, just been crazy, man. But it's been stressful. But I love the whole process, though. That's the whole reason why I feel like I'm still in it. Like, man, just knowing where we come from, you know what I'm saying? Like, we just built for that.
Right.
Though, but I've been having that adversity since I've been playing ball. Started off on the offensive side, though, and just gravitated to the defensive side as I got older, though. But
When you made that switch?
high school, probably was sophomore year. Sophomore year, I made that switch to linebacker though. But that's last year, like I said, senior year, I had to go back to play quarterback off some injuries though. But once I made that switch though, I think that was just like me, just picking and choosing if I really wanted to like actually do this, or if I just really wanted to, you know what I'm saying, just go do it enough to go get my degree at school though, and then boom, go find like another field or something though. But when I really locked in at that one position though, and stopped playing basketball too though, that's when like
Because you had them hoop dreams
I had
at
them
first.
hoop dreams too though, you know what I'm saying? So like that's when everything really started coming more realistic to me though, and I started really understanding who I am as a player though, and then boom, like I started seeing my growth.
Did it feel more natural for you playing the defensive side of the ball? You probably played with some dogs in there.
Yeah, it did though. It didn't take me as long to catch on. It really just felt like more of an instinctive thing on the
Right.
defense side of the ball though. On offense though, like I said, I grew up playing offense and just watching highlights, you know what I'm saying? You just trying to do that though, but I also was like always bigger. Sometimes faster than folks. So like I was kind of used to all the stuff that was happening on offense, but like defense, everything was a shock to me though. You know what I'm saying? Because you really going tackle like the best athlete on the field, probably sometimes the strongest athlete. So I'm saying like that defense, it's more of an instinctive thing though. So I think that's why I really fell in love with that defensive side of the ball.
I had that dog.
Gotta have that dog in you on that defense. Like it's really a difference when you really hit somebody on 4th and 1. Like you really feel that in your body, like them chills.
Right.
Unlike on offense, like when you score, it's really like just a celebration. But like on defense, that's really like chills running through your
spine,
body.
yeah.
Like
Got
you
you
feel
right.
like you, and if somebody like run over you, like you feel that though.
Yeah,
Like I can run over somebody on offense, like ain't really nothing though for real. But like when you getting ran over on defense, regardless, you feel that though. That's a difference though. So I think that's really why I fell in love with that defense side of that ball though. And I mean, like playing quarterback though, it was cool though. But like I ain't really been no true quarterback.
Right.
I always been like
You
a
just
more
was a football player.
back there, just an athlete back there. So I never really had that actual feel, that love, like the control of an offense. Like on defense, I played Mike linebacker, so I feel like I had that control of the defense.
Now, I will ask you this question when you played some offense, played quarterback. We had Tulane wide receiver on here,
Yeah.
Jaquan Jackson. He said playing quarterback helped him a lot playing receiver because it helped him with understanding like schemes and and how the game is played from that position. Did that help you when you talk about playing middle linebacker? Did that help you at all understanding how?
I wasn't that type of player. I wasn't that type of player. It helped me now, though, but that's not how I play ball. Like I just play ball off of instincts, bro. To be honest, like
Damn.
it did help me though.
Wow.
When I first made the transition to linebacker, it did help me. Like when I used to go from Eric go to quarterback, I started to learn how to actually read defense with Coach Lamb. So I
Right.
kind of understood like where I needed to cut. So when I did boom go to defense, now I'm in inside drills. Now I'm knowing like, oh, this is what a running back could cut. So that's how I was learning then,
Right.
and then it slowly progressed through college.
Right.
But I always like my college coach told me I tracked the ball fine, so like that like just helped me too.
Right.
But like as I got into the league though, I actually started learning how to play like that, like dissecting the defense. Like let me see what coverage they in, like what's the weaknesses, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Or the defenses like they could attack us. That's when I started learning how to read like that. But back then, that's not how I played ball though, for real though. And I wish I did though, cause I be trying to teach my little brother and teach like the younger cats like that though. Like when you go away to college though, like you see why folks like a step ahead of you though, because they had that foundation back in high school. I ain't had that type of foundation back in high school. I was just that type of athlete, but it didn't take me that long to catch on to what you teach me. You feel me? It's not like I was stupid. I just never was taught.
Never taught.
That's all it
Behind-
is.
Terminology too.
You feel me? The
behind the
terminology
hell-
though, for real though.
Behind the hell were you able to, when your quarterback went down your senior year, and they moved you to quarterback, and you was able to lead your team all the way to a state championship when you was the Mike linebacker. So you was playing quarterback and then switching to defense.
Because folks, I ain't play Mike in high school. I played Will. When we started off the season,
So who was the Mike?
me and Mike Divinity played Mike Divinity played outside linebacker. So he was playing in the boundary. I was playing the field. So I was playing nickel really. I was playing nickel, and we had Anthony Hamilton coming up. He was a sophomore. No, he was a junior. He was a dog, but we had to put him at Mike, and we was trying to find the wheels, and we was rotating the forward linebacker, and we was trying to hide the forward linebacker. But we knew regardless of the fact though, we was gonna set the edge though. You feel me?
Yeah.
So we was straight, but like, bro, we had played AUG in the fall camp. We played with it. They exposed us, and then we went to Destrehan like week 2. Son, and they did whatever they wanted.
Who was on that Destrehan team?
That was when
Jordan,
they had they had Justin, but he wasn't nothing. They had the receiver John, number 9 at slot. I don't remember that little slot. I don't know his last name, but he was a dog at slot. I don't think he went nowhere because of grades. But it was the receiver at slot, though. They had him and some other players though. But so, like, just that was really, I ain't played Mike. I played Mike probably when I went in in the playoffs, but I wasn't no true Mike until college, bro. We just experiment like that. I went from nickel. When I did go to the inside, I played Will because I had to be opposite of Mike Divinity.
Right.
So if I wasn't on the outside, like, okay, we can't have y'all both on the same side. And it's crazy. We played Landry Walker that year. Dog, we was my senior year.
That's the year when Mike.
We was lined up backwards.
So that's the game when Mike picked off the wheel rope.
No, that was Jared pick up that wheel route. 3, Jarius Wallace.
Oh, all right.
Now I say to pick up that wheel route, but dog, we was lined up completely backwards, bro. And they ain't even know. If you wanted to throw a check down to the boundary, son, Mike was not in the boundary. He was always lined to the field, and he was always lined up to me. When I turned on the film to this day, I'd be like, man, that shit crazy. That they did not catch on to that. Like all 4 of our linebackers to the right side of them, to the field. Wow. But like, I ain't never played Mike, but I did. I ain't play Mike, but I called the defense. Whatever the signal was, like, boom, I'm calling in or whatever, get in there fast, communicate to them boys. Because I had to get us lined up. And then, like, we had to just stick Mike to one side of the field.
Yeah, Mike Divinity
just do what you do.
Was the guy.
Because we know, regardless of the side, he going to take away that side of the field anyways.
Correct.
So we put you to the boundary, he going to lock up your tight end, your running back, whatever. And then you can't block him from the boundary.
Right.
And the crazy thing is, I think our defense is just so elite because we had our D-line. We had Robert Green and Kerry Starks. And Robert led
Kevin Starks.
Kerry Starks, and then Robert led the state, I think, that year in sacks with like 36 or something like that.
That was a hell of a
40.
team.
Yeah.
So, like, it was really like you running away from them boys, and then you got to run to Mike.
You running away from them to run to us.
To run to us in the middle. And our secondary was solid.
Yeah.
Let me ask you this. Playing ball in Marrero, well, really in New Orleans, the South New Orleans, the athletes that you had to face, do you think that helped excelled you on the defensive side when you made it to Arkansas? Because, our skill level is it's not much we ain't seen.
Yeah.
And then when you get to the SEC, all you adding is a 6'8", 300-pound guy that can move.
Yeah.
in front of another 6'8" guy on your side that's kind of blocking.
Yeah. Nah, it did help prepare though, being from where we at though. But you see that though when you in college, just when you asking guys like where they from, like the most athletic guys come from like the Florida,
Yep.
Louisiana, some parts in Texas and Cali like that, Georgia, maybe up north in Pennsylvania or somewhere though.
Pennsylvania.
But it ain't that like where the guys at. So it wasn't really no shock to me though. But like it did help and prepare, especially our senior year. I think Coach Lamb was involving us with most 7-on-7s. So like we was traveling and stuff to like Georgia, going down to Alabama playing. I forgot what the school.
I think y'all went to Hoover.
Hoover. We went out there in Hoover. Like man, just seeing them guys out there, I was like, man, it's crazy though. But it was helping me with like my linebacker skills, bro. Like I was actually checking like slot receivers, true slot receivers, instead of going to Lake Charles playing the same teams we see though, and them country boys out there.
Right.
Like it was fun playing them country boys because it was all fresh for me. But I'm like, it wasn't really doing that for me though, because as an overall team, son, we was just dogging them boys. But when we went to Hoover in Georgia though, I was like, all right, competition picked up. Then we came back here for one more tournament for the Adidas tournament, and then it was just like. It was so competitive though, cause like we was all coming from junior year going into our last year, played each other in playoffs, so we always familiar.
Right.
So like it was really blood in every school on every schedule. So when we met up in 7-on-7, like everything was serious. So like the competitiveness like picked up and that shit just helped. And I like that confidence that's helped us as a team. Like that's why we went to the dome. That gave us a confidence as a team because we really displayed our talent. Like all of us knew. All right, we could compete with anybody in state now.
Right.
We played Walker that year and all that.
Right.
Played
right.
Call twice. We smashed everybody 7-on-7. Like
Right.
that's what like helped us take that extra step to get to state. So it don't even matter who went down. But I don't really know. Like if I felt down, if I went down, I don't know if they would have went. and Lamb know that though, because it ain't really about me as the best player. Like you like on that roster, I probably wasn't the best player though, but you know what it take to get that. Though.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying though. So I don't really know if them boys could have really like gathered and kept everybody, you know what I'm saying, together to get to that dome.
Right.
Seemed like he the Draymond Green of the
You feel me? Real talk
Right.
though.
Watching you in high school, I always knew you had that dog mentality. Just going back to when you played AAU for Louisiana Heat, you just had a mindset about yourself. But I remember a lot of college coaches liked you, but some of them was talking about your size, your measurables,
Facts.
right? And but you end up signing with Arkansas. Talk about that recruiting process and how frustrating that was with some schools saying, you're a good player, but you're only 5'11", and your arm's not long enough, or whatever the case may be. And how you dealt with that, and what made you choose Arkansas?
Yeah, I ain't really, to be honest, I ain't really like have an understanding for the recruiting process until like going into my senior year. So like I wasn't really tripping off of the measurements about my size because I ain't really know nothing about it. I was just out there just playing.
Right.
So I ain't gonna when I got that first offer it was from Oregon. So I was like, okay, this shit this serious.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So like let me start doing
That's
my
when
research.
Chip Kelly was there?
I
think Chip Kelly was there.
I think Chip Kelly probably went to the league by then.
He was just he was gone. He
It was
He wasn't there. He wasn't there. I had a black dude there.
With
Taggart.
Taggart was there.
Gotcha.
Yeah, though, but like that's when I like started like doing my research and having an understanding for all that though. But like I never was tripping on it in high school because just of the offers I had though, and like I wasn't really like one of those guys who was worried about the offers because like son I was a 3-star, so
Right.
yeah, I read a rate we had 3-star,
Right.
like, but my offers said something different. So I'm like, once them offers went to rolling in though, I'm like that just kept motivating me to just keep on going. And Lamb used to come in there and tell me though, like them boys coming there for Mike. But like in my head though, really all of us as a group though, we know like Mike bringing in the school starting off, just being real. So it's like, okay, we got to get our tape right, put the highlights out there.
Yep.
So like we already knew that. So like that's the type of time we was on, and like that just kept going. So Lamb used to be like, them boys come there, we running drills, like they won't see Mike. Okay, we see Mike, but like I'm first in the drill, like they want to know who that is, but like Lamb not telling y'all who that is because y'all ain't come there for two.
Right.
I asked for Mike.
Yeah, for Mike.
And Michael Smith at Arkansas was the receiver coach, which was the recruiting coach. He went to Jesuit. And Lamb was like, if you want to know the best guy, like that's the best guy right like on my team. So the boys took a look. They had the defensive coordinator out there, Rob Smith. They had the linebacker coach, Vernon Hargraves. Like all three of them boys was there. We was doing inside drill. Smash.
That's the perfect drill.
Smash on first play. Like boom, you know what I'm saying? And them boys rocking with me, first SEC officer. I'm like, shit, it is what it is. But when I went out there, though, it was like, me and my homeboy, Tyron, had went out there, our receiver. So I'm like, he was rocking with it too. But I ain't commit, though. But we just had, like, Henry Tolliver, Dwayne Eugene, all them boys out there. Went to a spring game. I'm like, this crazy, like, because I was thinking Arkansas going to be some country.
Yeah.
I'm like, it was totally different, though. Totally different, though. So I was like, I really love coaching staff, rock with me, and them boys just believed in me from day one. And then when I wanted to take my my visits, the head coach he was tripping. Coach B was tripping, but he was like, you just got to understand, it's like, you going to take your visits, like, we still speaking to the linebackers and stuff. I'm like, all right, that's cool. Like, I never had this experience.
Right.
Me and mom's going, you know what I'm saying, see other schools, going to enjoy the process. I said, y'all could talk to who you want, but I'm like, I'm still committed, though.
Right.
So they let me do that, though, and there was no problem.
What other schools you went and visited?
I went there, Arkansas, Colorado, Oregon, Bama, TCU. It was smooth.
But what was it about Arkansas?
You went to every state, man.
That's what I'm saying. I ain't gonna lie, if Bama, if Coach Pruitt would have went to Bama earlier, I probably would have flipped though, because Pruitt was at Georgia, talking to me though.
Jeremy Pruitt.
Jeremy Pruitt, and he couldn't give me the Georgia offer because they took the last offer for an in-state kid. So I was like, okay, and we was locked in though. But I ain't gonna say he would have flipped me to Bama, but like, I don't know. That probably would have been the only that was the only guy who could have like made a push for Arkansas. But like Arkansas was different, bro. Like, nobody show love like Arkansas.
Right.
That's a different type of university, and it's like when you go there, it's not in the middle of nowhere though, but it's own little small town though. You feel what I'm saying? So it's just different though.
So you don't regret?
So I don't regret going there though at all though. I regret my last 2 years. I wish I would have transferred.
Right.
But like I always say that though. But I was like, nah, stick that shit out though. Like I ain't about to win somewhere out of conference to where I ain't got to play Arkansas. Like that's the type of love like I got with them.
You'd have left the SEC.
You know what I'm saying?
altogether.
I'd have left the SEC altogether. Like I don't even want to see them.
When you say leave, like you think about transfer those last 2 years, what made you get to that kind of decision of wanting to just leave the SEC?
Because we had the coaching change. So we had that coaching change, and my junior year I had a good year.
That's when you led the SEC in tackles?
Like I wanted to come out though, but I had broke my foot. I had found out I had broke my foot, but I had been broke it though, so I was like been playing with it on a broke foot. And I'm like, I need to get this redone. Like I just had an amazing season. Like who knows the type of season I had coming back.
Right.
But that kind of backfired. You know what I'm saying? Because I didn't really shake back to the next season. Like I ain't have no off-season training because I was in recovery mode still. Couldn't really run, and I was getting in shape as I was playing.
That's
that was like a ass season for me. Like. But I just wish I left just overall because that was a crazy experience with that coach there them last 2 years. Like, and when I was trying to like find answers and like get help, it was like was kind of like pushing me off, like not trying to help. So it's
he
like
didn't recruit you.
He's not even him. It's just like some staff members too though. Like you know what I mean, you dig down deep. Like bro, we go 4-20 in them 2 years. Like you trying to see what's up, but they really just feel like them boys was in there knowing like they had a set job for themselves, and like they was pushing something else out. And then riding away with the rest of us. Like it is what it is. But you see how it panned out in life for everybody that was there though.
Yeah.
You feel me? Like everybody that was struggling really successful right now, just being real. And some of the boys who was doing. Yeah, he was up there. I got Greg and Jordan them up there. You know what I'm saying? With that staff though, like dudes could have went anywhere they wanted to, and I get that with y'all, and y'all put them dudes through that. And I'm like, I feel bad because my last shit, they was out there just throwing in that fire.
Yeah.
And like I was cool with throwing them in that fire though, cause I tell them boys like just listen to me. If I just tell you something, just do it. Like, but at the same time, as the season go on, it's like it don't even matter that they was getting reps early, cause they're not getting better, cause y'all ain't nobody not actually coaching them. They weren't getting no actual growth out there. And you know, like bro, once your confidence start dropping, it's over with for you.
Over with. Yep.
It don't matter what you say, how much film you watch. Once your confidence drops, it's over with for you, and you're a young player. So you got the fans, your confidence drop. You playing bad cause your coach suck really.
Right.
You don't come back from that. But like you
it's a domino effect.
Salute them boys because they stuck it through that for a whole nother year, and they still was playing good ball before they transferred. That's crazy. Like that's why I tell them like they did all that, stuck it out, played good ball, and then transferred. Like most guys have been like fell off or been transferred. Like anything, just any little excuse. Like them boys stuck it out, graduated. Like so that's a big accomplishment.
Yeah, no doubt.
Because it's really a lot though too you going through in the SEC.
Yeah.
So. Yeah, man, I'm proud of them boys, though.
So, going through what you went through, especially that junior, the year that you wanted to come out and you're like, all right, broken foot, want to come back and rehab it, then not having a year that you wanted to, and then especially by it being senior year, and then the draft comes around, and then you don't hear your name, and all that stuff. Talk about that process, because like G mentors a lot of guys. I coach a lot of guys that then went through the process, and this part of the process never gets told. They just like when you make it. So especially this year, when you started like just getting a whole bunch of reps with the Commanders playing, like, well, he's an undrafted guy, but they just talk about that, right? And like they glorify it, but they don't talk about the mental that you went through, how successful you was in the SEC. You left the best conference. Yeah, you left NFL Junior. That's what I call it. Is NFL Junior. You let them in tackles. Look at the backs that he had to tackle. Look, that you went against, and this kid went undrafted. Now we know it was because of broken foot and stuff. You come back, you didn't have the year that you wanted to have, and to go through all that process, and now look what you had. Like, talk about that part of your journey.
Yeah. Now, that was mentally frustrating. You feel me? It was beating me up already that whole year. Then the season I was having senior year, like I'm mentally having mental breakdowns with the family though, but it's like that was just adding on, and I felt like I'm kind of happy I went through that little mental breakdown early, because like in the league though, it kind of just helped me prepare. Now that's why I'm saying I'm sticking it out though. I feel like it ain't really nothing else that could break me down in the league though, and as a mental point too, because I've been through it in college though. Like I feel like I done went through the worst part. I ain't hear my name called, but I'm in it. I'm like I was worrying about that part too, and hurt too. But it's at the time though, it's like instead of me just chilling, trying to finish grinding it out with my foot, just recovering, and then trying to find a way to just play my best ball, and then like that take care of itself. It's easier than said and done. Don't worry about that. That'll take care of itself. But that was a mental breakdown for me my whole senior year, just learning about that. And then boom, when I get to that process and I don't hear my name called, like it just disappointed. But it's like I don't really know. Like I don't know if it was just disappointing I didn't hear my name called, or just like.
You feel like you let your family down?
Embarrassing, like just because I didn't know. But I'm like, I was just happy when that whole process was over with though, because like now we're just focusing on like how can I keep my foot in the dough.
Yeah.
But how you keep your foot in the dough, you just keep improving on your game. The best ball I could keep this playing, what I'm saying, keep growing as a player. That's the longest I'm gonna stay in the building.
Right.
But like, you just gotta know the NFL, the business side of the thing too though. You know what I'm saying? You can't just be going in there stuck up in your ways. Like, bro, you gotta really be a professional. And I feel like that's what like slow guys down like us, especially from New Orleans.
Yeah.
We stuck in our own ways though.
You know what
I'm saying? So you gotta really know how to become a professional, bro. And that's what it is. Like, especially while you're in it, like anybody is willing to help you. Not just because like you're the NFL title behind your name though, but like that is just how the business is.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So like while you in it though, get as much help as you could. Like run your resources up, your money up as fast as you could, or as long as you could, because like when you out, is that to get that help from them type of guys is not gonna be as easy as it is now though. So that's all it really is with me right now, bro. Like that's where I'm at with it in the process. Like I'm just really enjoying the process. Like I understand how the league is now though. So that's why I feel like like this year I felt like it was a bigger step than from my rookie year to my first to my second year type shit. Like this was my best year. So like this year coming up though, like I'm really ready though. Like mentally, physically, like I have a way better understanding from my first day of the off season to like the last day of the season, whenever it's gonna end. Because I'm really in it, like I'm deep in it, like right now. So like I feel good about it though. I'm really excited about it though. But that was a rough process though to start it off though.
Like did you have somebody to talk to? Like did you have to like kind of like zen it out?
Nah, when I talked to my brother-in-law was my linebacker coach at Erie. But like I always know him because him and my god sister been talking since middle school.
Right.
So I grew up with him, so I could just like chop it up with him. When I was in Green Bay, I talked to this sports psychologist over there. I still could like call and chop him up too when I'm in.
And a lot of athletes not doing that, bro.
They're not doing
It's
that.
hard.
That's why I wanted to ask the question.
I'm talking to that sports psychologist because it's like a lot of things like my family come to the games though too. I get to my family, especially like closer games. They get that though. But like most of the time, bro, you on your own out there. I got my homeboy from college. You know what I'm saying, that plays safety for us in Washington. But like I ain't really chopping up with him. He just like family to be around.
Right.
But like they ain't your real actual. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying, family
yeah.
like that. So you really feel that though. Like I'm gone for months. So it's like I gotta talk to somebody. You know what I'm saying, them times, them little small dark times. People passing and stuff like them little dark times hit you mentally,
Right.
but it's like boom, like I can't stay in them little dark moments. I gotta find my way to get up out there, go do something, keep myself busy, keep my mind off of that stuff though, especially away from social media though.
Yeah.
But I'm just using all my resources, like the student development people, trying to get you to do something in the community with them or something like that. Like I was active in Green Bay a lot with all that though. I'm not really active that much in Washington with it though, but I'm like had to figure my way out like about who to go talk to and stuff, and see like how I could go about, because it's really different from how Green Bay was doing their stuff in the community though. But yeah, them resources that sports psychologists like, so that's helpful for sure. That's helpful.
I remember when me and you was texting during the preseason, well, really training camp, going into the preseason. I was like, man, how you think you doing? You was like, I'm doing my thing, but it's like it's about getting the reps. Because in training camp and preseason, you don't get the reps to really showcase what you could do. And I got a couple of dudes that I'm mentoring right now that's have a possibility to get drafted, but they might not get in drafted. And I've been kind of just mentoring them and talking to them about, look, you know, when you get in training camp, you might not get 10 reps. You might only get 3. And you got to make the most of those reps. Yes. Talk about that, man, and how when you get an opportunity in the league, you got to make the most of it.
You got to make the most of it, though, because they always say everybody opportunity is different, and it is, though, but it's just like understand the situation you in. Like, if you a guy coming in a spot to where they need to feel fast, so your opportunities, it's really limited because you can't mess up.
Right.
Because they need somebody in that spot. But if it's just something like a guy that's coming in and they looking to add depth, then they might not, they might relax on you. They're not going to trip on you. They're going to let you grow. But, like, when you in the league, bro, it's only 2 or 3 mistakes that you can make. And, like, some mistakes, like, it just can't be no simple, crazy mistakes. Like, mess up on something hard. Because, like, sometimes, I just caught on to how the practices is scripted. Like, bro, the coaches know you only getting 2 reps.
Right.
So, like, he probably, to him, on the script, out of the plays that's called, he probably putting you on the 2 easiest plays that day that's called. You feel me? So, like, I got that understanding, too. So, that's where I'm like, I got to take advantage of this.
Yeah.
Because them might be the 2 easiest calls, and I'm blowing them 2 easiest calls. So, you think I'm going to get some more reps on the next, probably the second easiest call? Like,
right.
He damn sure ain't giving me the hardest call.
Right.
And then, like, as like I was saying, so when I was going through that, I wasn't getting the reps. And OTAs, though, I was just going back to, like, how I was blowing a couple of them calls in that little package. So in fall camp, like when we started off, I wasn't in there.
Right.
So I'm like, damn, you ain't gonna give me no reps. Like I know my stuff now. I have an understanding for it now. So like as they gave it to me, they seen it, like I got caught up on it. But it's like I had blew it, and now that I'm looking at it, I'm like, that was some of the easiest calls in our packages that I was messing up. Of course I'm not about to get that again. And like I'm a low rep guy.
Right.
I'm a low rep guy.
Real talk.
Right. We in camp too. Like we got 3 to 4 rookies too.
Yeah.
We they had them in there. Like they was blowing their worse than me, but they rookies.
Right. And probably been drafted.
And undrafted too though. And then we ain't draft no rookie.
Right.
They was undrafted too, but they was letting them blow it. I'm like, damn, why they just let me go out there and do it? But it's like I had my chance. We ain't OTAs. And like this was year 3 for me too. So you just gotta have an understanding, like understand all of that.
How nerve-wracking is it leading up to that, the final day of cuts, when you find it, when you gonna know if you made the final 53?
Man, I ain't gonna see with the Patriots though. Just that year with COVID, we all got released and brought back. They were trying to release us the rookie class, so that happened early. But like with the Packers, they released me. I think they released me early in the morning. Well, they called me to come in, but they didn't release me till like 3 or 4 p.m., which was crazy because I ain't even they didn't know what was going on.
Right.
So I was like, all right, damn, I wanted to be in Green Bay.
Yeah.
But them boys were like, boom, I was done. So I was like, all right, bet. But like Washington, I was like nervous, bro. Because I was like, dang, I'm sitting there all day waiting on the call.
Yeah.
I'm getting text messages like, man, it's about to be the call. I've been cut twice already. I'm really waiting to get cut again.
Right.
I started like waiting on the phone call and it wasn't coming. And I'm like, I've been cut as the 52 guy before. So I'm really like was nervous. Like
Wow.
so I'm like, I bet. So boom, Washington ain't never had called. So I'm like, when I made that roster, I was like, that was crazy.
Yeah.
I still knew something was up. Like I ain't believe it though.
Yeah.
Like for real, like, something was up though. They had to make another business decision. It was like, I had a good enough camp to make the initial 53 coming out, but we needed depth at cornerback. And the two guys that we had that was vets, they liked them, but they undersized at cornerback, I guess. So we went and added some younger bucks or whatever, and so them guys did what they did, but I think they gone. So we added some younger guys to the roster. So I made the initial 53, got that little accolade or whatever, then got cut the next day. Like got cut the next day, boom. Boom, they bring me back though. It was like if I clear waivers, they'll bring me back on practice squad or whatever. So they brought me back on practice squad for like 4 more weeks. Or the next 3 games, like the first 3 games, and then boom, they add me back to the roster after that. So I'm straight. I'm good.
Yeah.
I gotta understand the business.
You understand the
like
business
in order
side
to,
now.
like if I feel some type of way, in order to get out that process, bro, is to perform and get up on the roster to like a second string spot. But like in order to that, long as I'm like in the back end,
Right.
so like I ain't getting no real reps, bro, no real reps in like on defense. So I'm playing special teams. So like I'm always gonna normally be in that battle in that fight.
And I think that the biggest difference now with the NFL, I think
Yeah.
back in 2012, I believe, there was like only 8 practice squad guys.
Yeah,
Right.
You know, and so now
and they got the vet practice squad too.
they got the vet practice squad. Now they got a vet practice squad, and then now you can sign up to maybe
Which
up
is
to
good,
16
man, to
people
give
practice squad. So
kids more opportunity.
It gives more people
minimum, too, they
opportunity.
helping the vets out too though, man. They taking the wear and tear off their bodies, and then it's just like some of them boys who be on the back end of their career who just need like a year or two. Like they'll just sign them boys to the practice squad, like show love to them boys, to where they could get the rest of their money and stuff in the back end. So, man, that is a big help for
I
them.
know
And mentorships too.
Yeah, they
Yeah.
pages and stuff like that.
I know Percy Butler, who went to UL. Me and him real cool. He was talking about how he was gonna go to Washington and just be the best special teams guy in the league.
Yeah,
And if that's how he had to make his mark, that's what he was gonna do. Talk about playing special teams in the NFL and like how you really could make a staple of being a good special teams guy.
it's all a mental thing, bro. Like special teams, all mental. Like you gotta really wake up and then just decide if you really want to do this, that deal or
Yeah.
not. Because like this real deal grown men just running at you all day.
Right.
You just gotta prepare for it. You want to brace up for that pain or not. Like that. Other than that though, that's really all it is though, bro. Because everybody fast, everybody strong out there, but you really gotta. It's technical.
The
You gotta
mindset.
be technique sound on special teams. That's all it is though, and it's that mindset just add the cream on the top though to the whole situation though. But Percy though, he's straight though, man. He bought into the special teams coach. I think he became the player the special teams coach wanted him to be. Cause I mean the man 4'3", so he like you gotta
Right.
use your speed though, and you're aggressive young kid though. So like he became successful in playing his role though.
Right. I think he was like a
He
gunner.
was a
huh?
gunner for sure
Yeah,
though. You know
yeah,
what I'm saying?
he
It
had
was
to
him,
be
him
gunner.
and another rookie that we drafted though, like them boys 4'3", 4'4".
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Good sized kids, they long and stuff, so and they physical. So like them boys was doing good at the gunner spots, jamming and releasing, going to make plays. But like on special teams, bro, that's all it is though. My bad. You just gotta buy in. You just gotta buy into it, bro. Cause like you can't just, like I said, you can't just get up and something like you could just put off and just try to do.
Yeah.
And especially when you playing defense too, because like you get exposed on special teams,
Yeah.
and like that's an important part of the game.
Racing
It's another
McMahon.
phase.
Racing McMahon talked
Racing
about it too,
make a play.
because like he made his name on
But you
special
get
teams with the
respect.
Titans.
You get respect out of real special teams. Like offensive linemen, like everybody. That's something you respect though.
Right.
Like you going down there, you blocking. We might put a running back on the defensive end. Like it's them type of situation.
Yeah.
We got a 5'8" running back, Jared Patterson. Like he be out there. This man could be like in a situation blocking, chasing exercise. You know what I'm saying? just an example. Like
Just an
him
example,
going against
just
DNs.
Right.
But he in punt pro got to hold up. And sometimes you know that, like, and it's like, dog, game on the line.
Game
Like,
on the
dog,
line.
you might be in this situation, but it's like, we ain't got nobody to put out there. You the guy. So, like, drop your nuts and do what you do. Like, we get paid to do this. Like, you been in this situation some point in your career, but, like, that's just what it is, though, bro. And the faster you could come in on special teams, bro, and have an understanding for it within whatever that team want, how they play special teams, the faster you can come in and buy into that process, bro, and make plays, you good. You good in the organization. Like,
Right.
once you good in the organization, you good, man. Like, they respect them type of players.
A lot of dudes that play in college right now, I be talking to them about if you make it to the league and you have to play special teams, how you gonna react to that? Man, I ain't playing special teams. I'm
They don't
like,
want to
bro.
hear that.
And I be telling them, I be like, dog, listen, When you get to the
You
league,
like,
you know,
But you
You
don't
just
even,
another dude.
But college ain't even, bro. Special teams taught a whole different way.
Yeah.
Whole different way in
Really?
the league, man. What?
Yeah.
Special teams taught a whole different, bro. You know, most people don't even play kick return in college.
right.
Most people don't play kick return in college, bro.
That's a great point.
And bro,
That's a
you
great point.
like we having Percy front line,
Right.
bro. You be a DB front line, bro. You 5'9". You
Right.
won't be 200 if you want to, and you lining up with people who be 6'4", 280,
Yeah.
running 4'4", 4'5", and you
Yeah.
turn around take on blocks like. That's all that that's not taught in college.
Right.
That's not taught in college. Like the stance in college is like this in punt.
Yeah.
We straight leg and like this kickbacks, kick slide, like that's a big difference. That was hard when I first got to the league. And if you go to the Patriots, it's the opposite foot.
Yeah.
That's
Front
the
foot
hardest
up.
way.
Damn.
That
And see,
was
that's
so
the small
crazy, man.
details you don't even think
That-
about.
they don't even teach you about all that though. Like, but when you get to the league, that's what our special team coach told person. Them is like, guys come in thinking they're not gonna play teams, but like you thrown straight to teams, bro.
I tell everybody, man.
You at the bottom of the depth chart. It don't matter if you was drafted, you thrown to teams because they want to see what type of character. Like if you gonna pout
Yep.
and be mad and,
Yep.
and you know what I'm saying, have like B type move and complaining about playing teams out, you gonna stick it out and go make plays. Cause at 9 times out of 10, if you drafted or not, if they throw you on teams even as a returner, that's the first time you gonna touch the ball and probably your only time
Yep.
you really gonna touch the ball.
Yep.
And you got that one chance.
You got that one chance.
To show.
Don't blow it, though.
Yeah,
I'm
don't
telling
blow
you,
it.
I done seen plenty of people, bro, when we was eating from Ricky at Green Bay. Man, a couple guys at linebacker, they get out there, they make a play undrafted, and like people in the organization, like, oh yeah, like they can play here. You know, like I seen
Just off
it first
special
eye,
teams.
so like yeah, like I go back and tell guys like it's not that hard, bro. You just got to buy in and get up out your ways.
Let me ask you this: from the free agent part, of like not getting drafted and get the pick,
Yeah,
with kind of like re-recruiting all over again.
yeah.
Are you looking at when you was looking for opportunity? Are you looking at opportunity, franchise, or culture?
Or money.
I ain't
You know
gonna
what I'm
lie.
saying? I put money and opportunity in the same thing. Cause
Yeah.
like if they low in that, if they need depth in that number, like you might not get much. But if it's a position of need, but they don't want to hit the vets,
Right.
then they gonna bump you up. You know what I'm
I
saying?
mean, when I was coming out, I think the Patriots, Jaguars, Green Bay, and like Detroit or something was the only ones throwing bread at me though. But the Jaguars threw 130 and the Patriots had threw like 170.
Right.
But see, my agent knew a couple of people up there with the Patriots. Like I was talking to Gerard Mayo.
Yeah.
So I was talking to Mayo and
He the
stuff.
linebacker coach,
coach.
Yeah.
So it was just like everybody already was telling me, even when they was coming visit, like bro, like Patriots like you fit in, but like I ain't gonna lie, I always was saying like I'm not going to the Patriots.
Right.
Like not
Right.
first, like I'm not going to the Patriots and shit, money talk.
Yeah.
Like I seen that 170 what they guaranteed a signing bonus. So that was my first factor in, and it was just like going back to my meetings with Mayo, like how I was just going through their defense, so I was just feeling good about it at the time. Like okay, I feel like I could be impactful in that defense. But like when I got up there, it was a different story. I just felt like I wasn't big enough for that defense. So when just in the way they was using their linebackers, like it
the
just
scheme
felt
they
like
fit
the
you.
scheme. I felt like it was too much close to the ball. Like you had to be 6'2", 6'3", plus 650,
Right.
250. Like
Yeah,
Nah.
it's that 3-4
yeah, it's
system.
like you feel me? Like so, I felt like I ain't really fit. That's the only reason why I left. But when I left after my first year, and I understood, I was like, dang, I kind of wish I stayed though
Right.
and grinded it out that first year though, because it would have been different. I sure would have played that for sure. Because in camp though, I was getting some reps and I just had to lock in all the way. But I was getting reps. I probably was one of the best cover backers over there.
And you and
Cause I
Gerard
was-
Miller, y'all formed a good
I'm saying
relationship.
we formed a good relationship, and they had a good group of linebackers over there though. So it was just like everything them boys taught me. Like once I left, went through that first year, that process, it was just like I have an understanding. And like I be trying to tell folks when you're a rookie year, whenever you start at though, like that's your foundation, like that's your real family, like that's real genuine love. Like because they bringing you in, they want to see like they giving you chances.
Chances.
Like when I left and went to Green Bay, like they wanted me to coming out, but it just wasn't the same how it was with the
It
Patriots.
wasn't
though,
your
you know
first
what I'm saying?
opportunity.
When
They
my
expect you
first
to do
So
opportunity,
the
they
Patriots
expect
really
me
do
to know.
things a different way than everybody.
Oh yeah, it's a
Is
whole
that true?
different type Patriot way though. For like that first Rick, I was like, everybody was done. Like it's just that real. Like man, it's crazy over there. They do everything different. Meetings was intense. Like it's just different.
You
bro.
said the meetings was intense.
Meetings intense, like bro, walkthroughs, like bro, that felt like a game. It felt like a game, though.
Playing, bro.
Like real talk. Then I'm new. You was new to all that. Like it just.
And then that's his side of the ball.
And it's just like that's just how they run things over there. Like you just gotta tensed up. Like you just gotta make sure you feel like you gotta be on your P's and Q's with everything, bro. Like that's just how it is over there. That's how it make you feel.
Wow.
I want to go back to what happened to your teammate Brian Robinson, the running back for Washington, man. You know, he got shot. I know that was a devastating time for you guys. You know, throughout when that happened during the season.
Yeah.
And then you guys, you know, y'all was advocating against gun violence, and y'all got the customized cleats and things like that. And that was a big thing.
Yeah.
And I know you was a part of that. Talk about that situation, man, and how that affected you, and you know, growing up in New Orleans, seeing what you've seen and experienced, how important it is to be an advocate against gun violence.
It is. It's really important, especially what's going on right now on the West Bank itself, though, and it's always gonna hit home, though, like we say, because we go through it, we raised into it.
Right.
And the sad thing is just like when we say we raised in it, we really raised up in it, though.
Right.
Because it happened on every corner in the neighborhood, and people really don't understand that outside
just
of New Orleans.
days.
Like they'd be like, "Oh, it's just like that's just like Chirac, like Chicago or something." Like, no,
it's not.
like these young bucks really out here on every corner getting killed, but it don't matter what time of the day.
And we smaller.
Way smaller though, and it's like you know that kid.
Right.
Like you don't know that
Or know
kid. You
somebody in
seen
their family.
that kid.
Seen
You
that
seen
kid.
them on social media. Like and then like when you see them, bro, and they die, it really feel like that's your family member. Because it just go crazy, like they dying at a young age. And it's like, damn, I just seen them on such and such somewhere,
or
bro.
You seen that dude last week.
Like that's just, and it's
At
like,
a corner, you went to a corner store.
when
So
you,
just
that's
saw
what
that dude.
I'm saying. I try to stay off social media so much because it's just like when you're on there, you just saying another kid just dropping like flies, and that's sad though. So trying to be an advocate for that though is just important, bro, because somebody got to do it.
Yeah.
And like they believe it or not though, like they don't gotta come out and say it though, but like they feel that though, you know what I'm saying? They understand that. There some people are DM me though, like they see it going across, their social media and stuff like that though, and they'll send it to me though and tell me a few things about it though. But like sometimes I ain't gonna respond though, but sometimes I don't respond. I can't respond though. But I don't even be knowing majority of them though. But like I be appreciating that though, because it really for y'all though. Like man, we make it though. We don't want to see y'all. You know what I'm saying? Dying at an early age. I might not know y'all though, but like that ain't cool in general though. Like we went through that too though. And we so happened to make it out. Right. Like we ain't just give up so easy. Like just give our life to the streets like that. Everybody went through that though.
And you
like,
could have easily went the wrong way.
Easily went the wrong way though. But at the same time too though, you just gotta be somebody. Gotta go start the trend. Somebody got to go set it though, and like you got to take risks, bro.
I agree with that.
So when that happened with your teammate Brian Robinson, man, how was that? Going to practice and
that was just crazy. That hit so home, like just to go through something like we in the league, bro, and like boom, that just happened to our teammate. Like that's something that happened when we at home. We growing up, something like your homeboy go through that, but like I said, he familiar with stuff like that too though, and it's sad for him to just go through it. Especially when he had to whatever he had to overcome to get to where he get to. So it's just like, man, that was crazy to see that news break on social media first too.
Yep.
But you know what I'm saying? We was there.
So that's how
someone seen it on social media first
so
before we even knew. Nah, we knew the next day. We knew later on that night though. But like when it happened, like majority of us was like sending it to each other on social media though. When he had probably got shot 2-3 hours before, majority of us found out already at the hospital already. So like that's crazy though. But that boy stuck that out though. He a soldier. He stuck it out though. Kept fighting though. But everybody was there for him.
Yeah.
I mean, he's strong though. He a strong little dude though. He from Bama though. But he a strong little dude after he got.
And then he came back and played.
I was about to say, but after he ain't sit down that long. After he got shot like a couple of days, he was back on the crutches though in the facilities though. Like that's just the type of guy Brian Robinson is though. You know what I'm saying? He's strong, bro.
I had liked your customized cleats too.
He's strong though. Yeah, and the people though, that was a good comment they made that. Like I said though, I ain't even I asked for some pictures though, because I ain't even know though, but I like the way he freestyled them though.
Yeah.
I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah.
So I'm just thinking about your story and thinking about what you said thus far in the podcast. Going through the coaching change and the culture change that Arkansas put you through, and how it put you in a bad mental state. Then where you fast forward to where you had like Washington had some stuff going on.
Yeah.
You had the teammate first.
Yeah.
Well, you had the.
But we had stuff going on. We had stuff going on since last season, like for real.
Yeah.
When I first got there.
Your owner had like stuff hover, like just hovering over. Like it wasn't like it wasn't. It was always hush hush. He a good old boy. It's not him. Anybody but him. And then like it came down like him. Right. Then
had to change the name of the team.
Yeah. Then your teammate and all that stuff. Talk about that like mental space. Like how did it like. Man, who gonna be signing my check? What team I'm gonna be? What? So I'm not a Redskin no more. I'm a command. What the hell is a command? Like
they ain't got nothing to do with me though. Anything outside that ain't got nothing to do with me. Real talk though. Like, cause I mean, once my contract was, I was on 2-3 years at once. So it's like I was good. Whatever happens, as long as they don't hit me up directly saying they releasing me, I'm straight.
Right.
Whatever they got going on, that's on them though. But I can say overall as a team though, Coach Rubber though did a good job though, man, just building a different type of culture though. I feel like we got the right group of guys in there in the building though. Whatever his vision is though, each week though, man, we see it straight in on each side of the ball and go get it done. That's the way we practice though. That's the way we play though. We adding pieces that we feel like we need though, but it take time, man. Mm-hmm. So we on that last step with the quarterbacks and got the OC though. But I feel like we in the right direction, like we good.
Y'all got one of the. I think that was like one of the biggest non-player move that y'all made.
Yeah, I feel like it's gonna be a good move for us because we got, like I said, on the offensive side, bro. We each position run we got weapons from the tight ends to the running backs, to the whole receiver room. We got about 6 receivers.
I about to say,
like real talk. We got 6 receivers, bro.
McLaurin, you got McLaurin and Dodson.
We got Dodson. We got Curtis. We got
Curtis Sam.
We got Cam Sam. We got De'Ami Brown number 2. Like we got all type of receivers.
Logan Thomas.
Tight ends. We got 3
Logan
tight
Thomas
ends.
can't stay healthy.
Yeah, man.
But he never. But see, that's what I'm saying. Like everybody who wasn't healthy, they gonna be healthy now because we was in that process of trying to make the playoffs. Like we. Like, you know what I'm saying? We needed everybody in.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So guys wasn't rushing back though, but I feel like guys just wasn't healthy.
Now talk about y'all defense though, man. Let's talk about this D-line because a lot of people don't think y'all D-line is one of the best in the game, but we talk about Chase Young, we talk about Deron Payne, who got the franchise tag.
Chase Deron,
J.A.
and
I mean, y'all still got Jonathan Allen.
J.A.
J.A. and Jonathan Allen. Montez Sweat out of Mississippi State. I mean. We talk about some SEC guys over here.
All first rounders.
Yeah, all first rounders.
That's the best in the league, bro. When they healthy, that's the best in the league. Even if they ain't healthy, it's the best in the league. Especially them 2 up in the middle.
Oh, them 2 in the middle monsters.
Yeah, you ain't causing. They cause the most disruption out in the league.
They're the best. They're the best 2.
They're the best 2. They're the best 2.
They're the best 2.
Why?
Money talk.
Why?
Allen
been
and
the
Payne.
best. They've been dominating.
Yeah, they've been
ever
dominating.
since everybody watched them since Bama though.
Yeah,
they just different though, and it's the way they play off each other though.
Payne and Allen.
They cover each other when the way they play though.
When you think about it, you think about Montez,
you gotta watch the way they play. That whole
group.
group though. That's why that group dominant. And you could watch the second strings that come in on the defensive end. We got Case in 95, James Smith on 96. Like some of them guys, we mixing it to the starting lineup. Like they that good though. Like you don't know who on the field. Like we really could rotate 2 plays in. Some guys get a play, and that's a big thing to keep guys fresh.
Yep.
But they have to understand like that in that D-line group. Like D-line work together though. But they all have that type of understanding like that. You got to keep each other fresh,
put it together,
and they hold each other accountable too though. That's why I feel like them boys dominate like that though, because they hold each other accountable all in the off season, bro. And money don't really talk. You know what I'm saying? When it comes to accountability with them boys,
right? Yeah.
Everybody on one level. You feel me? Like they talk to each other like. Man to man,
right?
Ain't no real sugarcoating it for what though?
Yeah,
because they always like y'all all first rounders. Like what we sugarcoating it for though?
Right.
Like you know what I'm saying? If you don't correct it though, it's just gonna keep getting worse. And like we in the league and we trying to really get to that championship. And like I feel like as a group, like I say, when you got a group like that, it's time gonna run out. You gotta do what you gotta do.
Yeah,
while y'all together.
You gotta think about the
because most of y'all get paid though, and most guys getting old too though. So you gotta make it happen while you could though. But I feel like we on that right path though.
No, before I know we getting ready to close it down and stuff. But I just really gotta ask this question because and I know I was just clowning with you before the show and all that stuff, but it's all love. Can't nobody else from Marrero just do that. Just talk about that. But talk about getting out of Marrero. Just like, and not having to come back.
Yeah.
Not getting pulled back.
Right.
Me personally, just like,
Yeah.
prop that LSU, went to Alcorn. Ain't Fred to tell you, I ain't come back to Marrero. Because like, it was like you were saying, it was like, and social media wasn't as big as it was back then. You know what? Facebook came out like, 05 or something like that. 04. You know what I'm saying? We were sophomores, juniors in high school. So it wasn't like, man, trying to come back. And it was like, but every time I come back, it was like, man, you remember Jew, huh? He got killed. Man, he got, this one locked up again. This, like your whole clique is like, man, we were 15 strong in the back of Ames. Now it's just 5 of us.
Yeah.
Like from little kids to and it's easy to get pulled back in. When you come back, but just having the discipline and knowing, look, it's something big. I will always love Marrero, but it's, as far as me and what's best for myself and my situation, I gotta get away. And I gotta stay away. How does Scoota Harris stay away from Marrero and not let it pull him back in?
You gotta have that discipline, like you say though. But I mean, all my homeboys though I grew up with though, majority of us is either we all went away from school though. So like boom, I stuck it out, so I'm doing my thing. Most of them boys either moved away with their families or like got jobs somewhere. If they is down here like you working. So like when I do come back home, I come home to nothing, so I don't like coming home anyway. So that's a good thing for me. I come see my family and I leave. And I don't really have nothing to come in. I check in with my homeboys, but they working. You know what I'm saying? They got families, like I say. And that's really how I don't really come get caught up into all the BS, though. I don't really go out. I'm not even from in the city, so I'm not going out in the city with any and everybody.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And you got to think about the position I'm in, too. Like, it just take one little small thing, and then it's like, I already worked too hard to get where I get to where I'm at, though. It's just like, just to have my name in that, like, bro, the league not about to fight for me to stick it out. What, something happens.
It comes with a certain responsibility.
Yeah, but the league not for a person like me, and I just work hard. They not about to help fight for me just to prove that I'm my innocence.
Right.
For something that I didn't do anyways. Like if it was somebody else, like a Alvin Kamara, they probably have fight for him.
Right.
But like I have an understanding of that though, so I'm not gonna put myself in that position though. Like it's cool. I done went out in college and party. I mean, I done go party with my homeboys in the league, and it was. Well, I mean, I could miss it in the city.
Right.
I'm gonna be alright.
Right.
Like I ain't missing nothing in the city that I ain't see already.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And like nothing ain't really in New Orleans anyways.
Right.
For me, I feel like we ain't got nothing for me that's shown for me. I gotta just get over there and be like, dang, I can't miss this night to go out.
Just the food.
Ain't nothing amazing but the food.
Yeah.
I'm straight.
Yeah.
Man.
Right.
I tell people that.
I give me some red meat. I give me some balls.
I'm not a drinker anyway, so I'm not tweaking. I'm not
Right.
rushing to get across that river to go party. I'm
Right.
straight. Like I'm put up.
Right.
Like I said, man, it comes with a certain level of
Yeah.
responsibility, man, because at the end of the day, when you wear that NFL jersey, and obviously your name is on the back, but everybody sees the front of the jersey first.
Yeah.
And when you play in this league and you play at that level, man, it comes with a certain responsibility. And you got to, like I said,
got to protect that shield.
you got to protect that shield. But not only that, but you got to protect what you're trying to create for you and your family.
Yeah.
You gotta protect your brand.
You got to protect your brand because at the end of the day, one bad decision and all this is gone. And, obviously, as fans, we're going to continue watching the NFL, but you won't be in it.
Yeah.
And your opportunity to do something for you and your family it's over. I mean, you may still get an occupation, but it ain't this. It ain't what you've been working your whole life for and towards.
What Meek said, you ain't part of that 1% no more.
I'm part of that 1% no more.
You didn't win for 1%. You
99.
And if you been cut, like I'd have been cut. That first time I've been cut, I felt that. Like I done been through 4 to 5 workouts. Like dang, I don't know if I'm gonna get signed.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like part of that frustration I was saying in college was me not. Like I didn't want to be in that percent of those guys that get a chance that was good in the SEC. And they just fade away after 2-3 years in the league, or they don't even I was stressing and trying to stick around. Like
Bumper
Pool, he coming out this year. Yeah, Bump gonna be straight though, but he just had a few surgeries though on his hip though. But Bump solid, man.
We talk about all the time. making good decisions.
Making good decisions.
And just listening to you talk, I could tell you made good decisions. You know, the report came out with Jalen Carter, who's supposed to be a potential top 5 pick in the draft. He got caught up with the situation with speeding with the teammate and the staffer that got killed.
Man. Right.
Alvin Kamara in Vegas with the fight. Damon Arnett with the Raiders on social media threatening people.
Yeah.
Right? Henry Ruggs speeding, killing somebody.
Yeah.
Like I told Amik Robinson earlier, we make 1,200 decisions a day. Whether you really sit down and think about it, we make 1,200 decisions a day from the time you wake up, from the time you go to sleep. Mm-hmm. And one decision could mess it all up. Right? Why do you think that is that some athletes in that position that they're in can't make the good decisions consistently?
Man, I think that's just how I think it's just like I said, when you stuck up in your ways, that's just how it was when you was brought up. That's how you was raised. You really see that though when I meet these different type of guys in college and the league though, and you really see like how some of them act. The ones with a lot of money, the ones that ain't got no money, like everybody act a certain way.
Right.
But like everybody who from like certain places act the same way. You feel what I'm saying? So I feel like it was just the way you was raised. And sometimes I be feeling like it's an accident though. Like people make real mistakes.
Yep.
And when you intoxicated though, man, like things just happen.
Yep.
So
fast.
like I ain't just gonna just put that on people like, oh, it was just the way you was raised. Like when you intoxicated, bro, things happen that fast. And even when you're not intoxicated, when I'm around people who drunk, I see things like things happen fast to me, and I'm sober.
Right.
Around them, so like I understand that though.
Just the environment.
That's what I'm saying. It just be like, man, it just be bad. You know what I'm saying? When you hear stuff like that though, in them type of situations for folks though, because I know they don't be meaning no harm, man.
Right.
It's just bad place, wrong place at the wrong time, man.
Where does that foundation come from though? Because a lot of kids don't, especially growing up in New Orleans, you don't grow up with that mindset of knowing how to make good decisions.
It started a little in high school. You know what I'm saying? Like Lamb did a lot though to pull our team together, but it had to start our freshman year. And by the time senior year came, like we had a real class to start with, so it was so easy for him to get extra class. So like it started in high school, bro, with the grades, actually showing up for practice, being able to show up to practice, man. You know what I'm saying? Like stop with the BS. Like half of us had early release. Like what you doing when you get out of school? You know what I'm saying? Like is you gonna be able to make it here? You living? But it was just crazy stuff like that because we was from Harvey, Marrero, the Villa, Lancashire, the projects. Like that's our team, Terrytown. Like it just being real. Like them boys was moving had to get acquainted to like this side of the West Bank.
Correct.
Like man, that's crazy. But like when we kids going through that. But like man, we had a lot of older guys come back too. Like we had Darryl and them boys come show back love. Darryl Williams. We had Darren. Like Darren came from Higgins. Like them boys was like Jay Sean, Debo. Like they class of 14. Like started it off too. But individually, like we had to go. You know what I'm saying? Take on that leadership role ourselves, that discipline role ourselves. So like that's where it really started at. And then boom, college it just helped.
And when I was at Era the other day, I saw how you and Michael Divinity, y'all was like giving the old lineman that's committed to LSU.
The tackle?
Yeah.
I forgot his name. Tyree, I think.
No, Carey.
Something like that.
His last name.
I know you're talking about.
Big, tall tackle. Yeah.
And like I saw y'all like giving him advice about certain situations that he's about to go through, not only in high school but when he get to college.
Yeah.
How important that is to you to mentor and give those kids that's coming up through your community that kind of advice so they don't make the bad decisions so they can kind of go through the path that you went through.
It's big though because I always looked at it like even when I was in college and guys that made it to the league come back, everybody talented enough to get to any level if you really put your mind to it. Like nobody could really stop you, bro.
Right.
So like I see that, but to take that extra step, you need a guy to actually come back who like mentally stable, who have an understanding for like what's actually going on. And like most people don't get to that level, so they can't come back to relate them messages to those kids. So like it be basic message, bro, just lock in, do the right thing, this and that. But like realistically, like it ain't that easy for them type of kids. Them kids,
right.
Like get them kids the game about how to really make it in the real world. The things that's gonna actually hurt them in college. And give them the tools, you know what I'm saying, that's gonna benefit them to get past that. So like that's all I was trying to tell tell them boys, but like we gotta be around to do that for them. We can't just pass basic messages like y'all stay out the way. Cause like it's hard to stay out the way out here, man. You know that though.
You know that though.
You feel me? So like that's really what that's all about, man. And that's why I'll be wishing like I had a guy to come back even in college to tell us that like, man, like if you is gonna be an undrafted, like these are the things you gotta do because you're gonna go through this.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like I done went through this. I done been there. Basically, it was a drafted guy, late drafted, but you basically an undrafted guy because you drafted late.
If you're a late seventh round pick, you're basically
like man, you just gotta try to go back and like give guys like real experiences, like what to go to get them boys the game. Like you can't hold a game because like I go back and tell guys like I feel like now talent wise, y'all have it easier to make it to the league. Like if I made it and it's hard for me and I wasn't the most talented and I'm not like you don't look at my frame like boom he going, but like half of y'all is.
Right.
So like I'm gonna come back and give y'all the game. Like y'all already in that 1% though. I'm just trying to get y'all the easier lane, the actual lane. You know what I'm saying? That's gonna actually lead y'all there.
Right.
So y'all don't get lost in the sauce, bro. Cause
that's
all it is though.
And that's one of the things that we like to touch on this podcast because, bro, think about how many kids that's either in high school and college right now, or might be in the league going through their process. That's going to listen to this and hear some of the things you said today, and take that with them in their process. So. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know what's crazy? When I came up, my dad used to bring me to the games. My first Higgins game was against Eric, and this is when they had Cardell Stewart and Reggie Wayne.
Yeah.
Sad thing is, they never came back to talk to the school. Reggie Wayne to go back and talk to the U. The U ain't make you. Marrero made you. You know what I'm saying? But then I'll watch Fave come back and talk to West Jeff. I'll watch Darryl come back and talk to Aaron. I watch Mike come back and talk. I watch Donnie come back and talk to Carr and stuff. You know, it just and so far and so on. It's like what you just said, and what G just said. You know, is the purpose of this podcast.
Yep. It's
like
more than sports.
Even before we was the podcast, when we was just regular, when we was live, like somebody had to do it for Alger. Somebody had to do it for the Tri-Parish. Somebody had to do it for Kennedy Heights. Somebody had to do it for Marrero. It's like, hey, we from the same hood.
Yeah.
You from the back Ames?
From Harvey.
No.
Same
thing,
son.
You know, we 5 minutes apart. We 5 minutes apart. The only thing that separates us is the West Bank Expressway and the goddamn tunnel under the Industrial Canal.
That's the same thing.
You know what I'm saying? That's unless you from White Harvey now.
I'm from Old Harvey.
Unless you from Dogwood and all that. You know what I'm saying? But like somebody had to do it in the Tri-Parish to where like it manifests.
Yeah.
And the thing is, it has to be done genuinely.
Yeah. Facts.
Like it's like this is free game.
Yeah.
Like look, I might not know it, but I could put Scoota in front of you and Scoota can tell you something.
That's all it's about though.
You know what I'm saying?
That's all it's about.
Hey, we might not know it, but we could put G in front of you. And hey, we might not know it, but we could put Fred in front of you and give you something.
And that's what I be trying to tell them folks too. Even when they coming up, these kids coming up in high school, like with these NIL deals, it'd be like,
we were just talking about that.
Y'all boys think that just because like the further you make it with the sports thing, like oh you getting put on, your family members, your friends thinking like they get put on. But I'm telling them is like the longer you in it, you know what I'm saying, the more resources you gonna get regardless. It don't matter what you doing. They love what you doing because you making them money. So your friends and your family members behind you, like if y'all really trying to get to it, y'all won't lock in. You make sure whatever they want to do in life, that they got their foundation. Everything is legal. Because you don't want to start over because you're going to have no resources anyway. So as long as they good, they foundation good,
right? That's
where you start in. Like, they think the more money I make, like, I'm just going to get a bucket of money and hand it to you, like, go do what you want to do.
Yeah, right.
And, like, yo, they, like, family members and friends really feel like that. When the whole time, if you just got your business taken care of, which whether you want to be a truck driver, you want to do hell, whatever you want to do, as long as you got your foundation taken care of, bro, I could point you to anybody, any resource you need. That's the come up, like, and that's what I'm trying to get, like, my family member and my friends, like, that's been our process of these 3 to 4 years. having that type of understanding. Like we trying to get generation wealth. You feel me?
Yep.
We ain't trying to come up on no fast hustle because that's all we know is a fast hustle.
Scamming.
Not scamming, just a fast. Like we want something to happen. It's like we trying to get
fast
into
money.
it too fast. We wasting
schemes.
money, and it's just like boom. It's good for a couple of months. It's good a couple of months, and now we back at square one.
We don't know how to. We don't know how.
That's
to
not
sustain.
how. But I'm telling them that's not how them people got business.
Right.
We trying to get business like
Bingo.
that.
Right. We trying
So
to
like that,
we trying to
but
get
Bingo.
wealth that's sustained. We ain't trying to get. We ain't trying to be hot right now.
You feel me? I still like I tell people I still got my friend like all of us at Everett on that class 16 like we all still cool. It's 8 of us 8 who started that though. Like we all got our different route. Like Mike ain't balling no more, but Mike going into trucking. Like you know what I'm saying. So it's just like
And he looked like he had peace with it too.
He had peace with that though. He had peace with that. Like he going to trucking. One our other homie are dispatchers with trucking. Like other one of them was financial stuff. Like we got all type of stuff flowing.
There's different resources.
It's different resources into
everybody
that
has a
though.
different
But
path.
like all
Everybody
them
on the same
boys,
path.
all like just me fighting, like trying to stay into the league is just like motivation to them boys. It's just like saying that boy come from here and could just keep sustaining and make it through that.
Right.
So it's like it ain't no other excuse for us to do whatever we want to do in life.
Right.
Like that be my message. I ain't really trying to tell. I'm not forcing you to go play ball. My dog Tilo, my right hand, like best friend. Our wide receiver though, Tyron Williams. It took him to like he had to go take that JUCO route and he shut it down. Like that's not how I wanted to have my ball experience.
Right.
Like I'm not no JUCO. Like I know I'm better than that, but he respect the game though.
Respect the game.
That's not his route. So he just put down won't be a ball, but like he working, grinding
He's
it out.
he's a
He had
pro.
peace with that.
Yeah,
That's why I try to tell folks you falling off after you stop balling. But it's really like you feeling embarrassed because you ain't make it. Boy, everybody
pride.
ain't gas. Everybody ain't can't make it
Everybody
in there.
can't make it in there.
And then you watch
I ain't make it. I just choose to stick it out, bro.
Yeah.
I ain't just make it though. I just choose to
That's
stick it
powerful.
out.
What you just said is powerful. Because
You
for
feel me?
us, for me, I'll say that. I'll say that for me, as somebody from Aurora and all that stuff, to me, you made it.
Real talk.
For
For
me,
us, because we ain't never had nobody that we knew that made it though.
right?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
That's
But
what
touch-
it is that
but-
you
but-
could touch though.
Facts.
But your mindset saying like, look, I really ain't make it. I'm making it, but I ain't made it.
Right.
And this is
though.
still
difference. I'm a work in progress, but I ain't set
I
yet.
ain't say at all though.
And that's big. Like they gotta hear that. You know what I'm
gotta
saying?
put
Like
your
even
pride to
grown
the
men
side,
need to
though.
hear
You
that.
gotta put that pride to the side because you ain't gonna never get to where you gonna get to because you ain't gonna put that pride to the side. I can still be stuck up in my ways. Like most people tell me, son, why you ain't never played? Boy, you led the SEC 3 years in tackle, like blah blah blah. I been had an understanding about my size, my speed, like the politics side of why they, you know what I'm saying? That's why that's negative towards me because like I had to take that understanding and add that to my game.
Right.
Like have like see like what's the problem? And when I got on that field with the league, like I could see it ain't just overall like or like I'm short, like I ain't the longest. That ain't gonna just hurt me overall, but like certain plays, certain situation, like it do. So I had to add that to my game and try to find certain ways.
Find certain advantages.
You feel me?
So you could stay.
I did it in college.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
it
you
ain't
figured
like
it
me.
out.
I've been putting my pride to the side about that. That's why getting drafted was just hurtful because I felt like I did what I had to do, but I understand that situation too.
That's the situation.
But like I've been putting my pride to the side, but that's all it is, man. Mike plays pride to the side. Boom, got the trucking business, and like I telling him now you could do it the right way. But it ain't just like football was a distraction because you still was like trying to get into it, didn't know when you was gonna get into it, and like doing your thing with your trucking. Like I told him, you gotta just do one. Like we grown now, man.
You come to being an adult.
Yeah.
When you talking about becoming a pro, and a lot of us we're all attracted, especially in our youth, to entertainment and sports.
Yeah.
Those are the two main attractions that we were trying to become pros in. But when you develop a great circle of people, they're not pros in those two different areas. They ain't pros in trucking, real estate, financial planning, insurance, transportation. They become pros in different industries, so to speak. So we all just, but when you're coming up and you're thinking how to get out of here,
Yeah,
those first two avenues are sports or entertainment.
that's it.
And then you don't really realize this when you become an adult, or possibly potentially when if you go to school, when you graduate, possibly that man, you could become a pro in so many other avenues in life. And when you get your real circle of people, you start realizing, man, there's so many different industries than what you witness on television, what you watch in sports stuff like that. So it sounds like you have a great circle of people because they're becoming pros in other industries that are just as valuable to the world besides sports or entertainment.
And to me too, it goes back into. I heard G has hitting on it, but he hadn't said it like how I'm about to say it. Nobody will see your vision like you because they don't have your eyes.
Right.
I can see G right now.
Yeah.
I know what G does. I know what G and G-Sportz. I know what it's all about. But I don't see the vision that G has for G-Sportz.
Right.
Because
Thanks.
I'm looking like as his brother, as his boy, as his friend. I'm a push and support, but I'm pushing from behind because I can't see what he's seeing.
Mm-hmm.
Can't see what
I can just support it, and that's what That's what it is.
And I think too, why a lot of people be embarrassed and they get down on it, so it's because of social media. You see your peers like somebody you played against in high school, somebody you played against in college, or a teammate, or somebody from your neighborhood. You see them like doing their thing.
And you was better
it's
than
like
him.
you like, man, I know I'm better than him.
But people forgetting, I had to tell my homeboy, like, bro, we 25. I was like, when we was in high school, bro, think about our cousins, people we seen at 25, 16, they ain't have nothing.
Right.
And they was still living with their parents. I'm like, not people trying to make that seem like that's an embarrassment because you living with your parents, but the whole time y'all forgetting, ain't nobody had no real foundation.
Yep.
Like, everybody started from, you gotta start from scratch yourself.
Yep.
Like, we ain't had no money from our parents just to put us in college.
Right.
Like, what are you talking about?
What are you
Like, you
talking
have to
about?
go get an
What are you talking
academic.
about?
Like, you gotta go get scholarships. So it's just like people get on social media and I feel like they forget that stuff, man.
No
But,
doubt.
like, you can't feed into that, man.
Because
You
they
gotta-
want to front.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Remember
Or they're not
where
living
you-
in that timeline no
Yeah,
more, so they
remember where you-
naturally forgot what it is like because they're not living in that. They're not living in that time.
Yeah.
All like to use the word that you've been using all podcasts. They forgot their foundation.
They forgot the foundation.
Yeah.
They didn't put.
Oh, they
They
never
didn't.
had one,
They
though.
didn't. Well, they had it, but they didn't let the house and all
Yeah.
that stuff. They let it obscure that, and then like a storm that came and knocked it down, and then now they looking at the concrete again, like, man, what's that? Well, shit, that's how you got here.
Yeah.
This is how you got here. But
That's everybody problem. Social media causing the problems, man.
No doubt.
Social media, man.
I don't know if you remember Scooter, man, but on signing day when I drove down here to come interview you, that's what like I think that's when I first started G-Sportz.
Yeah.
And I drove to Eric and I interviewed you right there by the locker room outside.
We was outside the football locker room or
Yeah,
basketball.
on signing day.
I remember we was outside.
Yeah. But just to see how you've elevated as a man from then to now and how we stay in contact, bro, and like you can't put a price on when you see a young man grow like you've been growing, dog. Like it's like I can't even explain to you the feeling I get inside, especially when you talk about a black man with the kind of mindset you got, because that's rare in today's society.
Yeah.
And that's a testament to like we've been talking about, the circle you got around you, your parents, Coach Lambert, like you talked about in high school, because that was a part of your foundation.
Yeah.
And I knew back then when I interviewed you that first time, I said, if football don't work out, because I've interviewed a lot of kids, I've built a relationship with a lot of kids, and just to be honest, you could tell like, man, if football don't work, it's gonna be tough for him. I knew you was gonna be successful in life, no matter what, just because how you carry yourself as a person, bro. So like, keep doing what you're doing, bro. Like that is what society needs to see: a successful black man like yourself with the kind of head you got on your shoulder and the mindset you got, bro.
Yeah.
Like for real, that goes a long, long way in my book.
Yeah. I be saying, bro, we got it though. Folks don't understand. It's a lot of people on the West Bank that could be. I ain't gonna say just in my shoes. Like I'd be a hypocrite. I'd be like, it's this easy. But like, there's a lot of people on the West Bank that could be talented, man. They could get whatever they want out there. Like I said, you just gotta change our ways though. But you gotta get out there and experience things though. You know what I'm saying? We stuck here like in a real shell. Like when we get out in different states, like everything we different from a lot of people, man.
Yeah.
Like we real outsiders from a lot of people.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
like
we unique.
We unique in our own way, for real. So like when you just got to get out there, man, and get that different type of experience with people, man. And I feel like once people get that, because people gradually fall in love with anybody from New Orleans, just being real.
Yeah.
You know where I ever been? Like I never had a problem communicating with anybody, man. They want to help me out, this and that though. Like they not even scared, like how I look. The tattoos don't matter, like the accent just catch them,
Right.
and it's just like
believe
and
that.
that's
you
what I'm
heard
saying.
this.
And we just gone with it though. But it's just like the tradition and the history of New Orleans, bro. Like everybody who ever made it though, is always some positive people have about a New Orleans person. Like, oh, I always met a New Orleans person and they were so trustworthy, so genuine. We did this and that though. Like that's the type of, you know what I'm saying, background, the type of feeling like people got with us.
Don't leave that car. Don't leave that car running at the gas station.
Nah. I'm talking about when I meet people out of state though.
Right.
Like when I be in Texas or anywhere else, like they didn't already ran into somebody from New Orleans. I'm saying, though.
Gotcha.
And then just be like, man, they good people down there. That's why they don't have a problem helping us.
Just don't go to the east.
Just don't go. Yeah, I ain't going none of that over there.
I do want to ask you one more football related question before we get ready to wrap up.
Yeah.
Being a Mike linebacker, how has that helped you because you got to be a communicator. You got to be the ultimate. You got to over communicate when you're playing Mike. How has that helped you in life?
Just communicate. I'm not a big communicator anyways though. So football in general, like at each stage in college and on every team, the communication is just different. Like the more verbiage, the terminology get harder, the more I got to speak too. So like that just helped me in life in general, man. Just making sure I got that type of bass, the tone in my voice, speaking loud, speaking with confidence to people. You know what I'm saying? So as a man, like that's the only way my teammates is gonna respect me, and I gotta give them the call because I'm putting them in a position.
Yeah.
You feel me? What I'm saying? It's just like the more film I watch, the better my understanding is for the game, to where I could just put folks in position before stuff happen.
Because you gotta make sure everybody lined up right.
Like that'd be even better for guys, and like guys are buying into you more too. So all that do play a big factor into, you know what I'm saying, my outside, world and where I've been communicating. Like I said though, bro, communication was hard for me.
Right.
Starting off though, like I'm looking down, talking soft, but like now though, as a man though, like I'm speaking how I'm supposed to communicate, how I'm supposed to, feeling good on the field, you know what I'm saying, as a Mike linebacker now, like a true Mike. So
I'm gonna have to send you that video when I interviewed you on signing day. You definitely was looking down to the ground.
Oh, look at the ground, dog.
When I was interviewing you, dog, like for real. That's why I'm saying you came a long way. Like your growth has been something serious.
Yeah, I went to school for communications though.
Oh, that's what's up. That's what's up.
Man.
To end the podcast, we gotta do Scooter's favorite. Here we go. This is how we gonna end it. Favorite NFL player of all time.
Favorite NFL player of all time. I gotta go with Reggie Bush.
Good one.
I've always been a Reggie Bush fan though.
Okay.
Gotta go with Bush.
Smart man.
Since I knew you since your hooping days with Louisiana Heat. Favorite NBA player of all time.
LeBron James.
Yeah, I'm talking about LeBron James.
LeBron James.
Hell yeah.
Okay.
Damn
okay.
yeah.
Favorite sneaker of all time.
Favorite sneaker? I ain't gonna lie. I really want to cop Jordan 1s.
For real?
1s or 11s. That's the most, like, as a collection.
Yeah.
That's the most shoes I got.
Okay.
1s or 11s.
Sleep, man. Them 13s.
I got
the
3.
best
Nah,
thing,
when I was young, no, I kept the 13s for sure.
13's best thing, bro.
Nah, 1s or
I got my
11s.
4 pair of
I've been
13s.
rocking the fours lately. I ain't gonna lie.
I
I've been
don't
rocking the
fuck
fours
with
lately.
I rock slippers.
Yeah. Real talk though. Real talk though.
How that song
Rock
go?
slippers,
Oh,
though.
slippers.
Hey, if it wasn't a dress code, I'll be
Right.
flip-flopped out.
Right. Favorite rapper of all time.
Ooh. Wayne. I'm rocking with Wayne.
That's what you bumping in the headphones before the game?
I'm bumping Wayne. No, I ain't gonna lie. I'm bumping Young Boy.
All right.
But I'm bumping Wayne for sure.
Gotcha.
Favorite rapper of all time, gonna go with Wayne.
Gotcha. Favorite movie of all time.
American Gangster.
That's a good one.
Okay.
That's a good one.
That's a
You
good
gotta
one.
block this
Frank
shit.
Lucas.
Denzel.
Frank Lucas.
Frank
Frank
Lucas.
Lucas.
Frank Lucas.
Frank
You
Lucas.
hooked up all the motherfucking time. I'm telling you.
I don't care if you call that bitch blue dog shit.
Listen, the smoothest role of that movie, dog, he was talking to his brother. He was sitting down at the cafe, bro. When he seen Idris Elba, he's like, excuse me.
Yeah.
Oh God,
no.
boy, he just got up.
Just got it. Then came back and said,
Smoking.
so what
Put
you
it in the
say?
jar. Get
Yeah,
back.
get back. So what we
What
talking about?
So what you said?
Boy, what?
That boy was just looking like.
Yeah. Broad daylight.
Brothers was like, I didn't
Yeah.
know you was like that.
Oh God, he changed.
Be like, dog.
That's the
Real talk.
coolest scene in that movie.
Real
That was
talk.
like, my mouth dropped. I was like,
Favorite tattoo. Put you on the spot. Look at G started looking at that.
that boy got eye 10 on his arm, you heard?
You feel me? I do though. That was really a. I don't know, bro.
I'm torn my damn self.
I don't
You
know, though.
you about to
'Cause
fuck.
I
You gotta
ain't-
say you kids.
Yeah, I mean,
by default, you got to.
Yeah, my daughter. You know what I'm saying? But the elevate, bro, like
elevate.
Cap, though.
That's like my staple.
I do like, you know what I'm saying? You watch Ozarks?
Yeah,
Ozarks,
yeah.
I like this little casino sleeve I got, though.
Yeah.
That what you
that
got it from?
I-10, huh?
That-
Not from Ozarks, though. I was just in the casino, though. Poker chips, the dice, all that, dude. Got the I-10, like, yeah.
All right.
That's probably my favorite.
Toughest player you ever went against on any level?
Man,
You did play in the SEC.
that's what I'm saying. Like, I don't think folks really understand. I could go position wise.
It don't
Yeah,
matter.
don't matter.
I don't have just the toughest player. I got about positions. Like,
Go ahead.
all right, running back probably gonna have to be Leonard though, cause I played him my first year out. So that's when he was early at LSU. He was fresh.
He was a junior. He was a freshman.
Yeah, he was man. So he probably was Leonard at running back. That boy Judy was different at receiver, son.
Yep.
But look, Calvin really was.
Yeah. Yes.
People forget about him.
Yes.
They forget.
Bro. Because he been out the league 2
I
years.
heard
Been in the
him.
league 2 years.
I heard
he
him
with
running.
Jacksonville.
Yeah.
I heard him running. I hit his feet on a double post, and our DB getting beat. Nigga saying, "Oh, like he different,
He
bro.
different.
Yeah.
He's different.
His route running ability was
It's crazy.
whoa.
Yeah.
That was crazy though.
And he not the biggest.
No, he ain't the
at
biggest.
all though.
Yeah.
Nah, he was for sure different at receiver though. Him and Judy was different. And Leonard that running back. Quarterback though, I don't know. Cause like I mean Joe B, it was like he ain't really had to do nothing special against us.
Right.
Like I would tell people that like Joe B just line up and throw the ball.
Right.
It wasn't
he
really
had-
nothing,
he had-
especially in college though.
he had
Especially
3
for
hounds.
like into like the playoffs, he
Yeah.
really like showed who Joe B was though.
Right.
But I feel like that was it though, son.
Okay.
I ain't talking
If you
about really.
if you
nothing.
wasn't playing football, what would Scooter Harris be doing?
I had to been some with the community though. Like, if I probably would have tried to get into like being like a little trainer or something at first, but I probably would have faded away to coaching. If I was back at home too, just something quick to get into, just to stay around the sport though, with the kids though. But that's probably it though.
Gotcha.
What I've been doing, bro.
My dog Dijon Scooter Harris, man, been trying to get you on the FanView podcast, bro. I really appreciate you taking the time out your busy schedule since you've been down here.
Yeah.
Got to get you back on in the near future.
Facts.
You know, make sure y'all share, subscribe, like, tell a friend to tell a friend, man. We got more content coming for you guys.
Yep. That's a fact.
This G-Sportz.
And that boy Fred.
And this is the Higgins Hurricane,
the
the Pard
shit
Hawks,
flooded, man.
back of Ames.
MLK.
Oh, we slaughtered y'all.
Man, you crazy. Paul
Coach
ain't never beat
Hurricane.
us, man.
But Paul beat y'all now.
Paul ain't never beat me.
Oh,
I won
hey,
championships on
hey,
Paul
hey,
Field.
that's how I feel about MLK and
I
Eric.
won championships on
That's,
Paul
that's
Field.
how I feel about MLK and Eric.
Y'all named
Eric beat me one time. When they had Brandon Savage. That's a whole nother story.
You lost though. I ain't never lose to Higgins. I Paul. You lost.
Right. I ain't never lost MLK.
I didn't either.
I ain't,
Anything.
I ain't lose none of JPRD ran the thing.
All right.
Y'all speaking a different language from me, man. I'm
Alright.
trying Paris, man. Out there in the country.
Man, I ain't even get to play biddy with them boys though.
For real?
Yeah, I used to stay in trouble. So for real, like folks don't even know.
Biddy did.
That's why I made it though. Like I already was in trouble though, so I already knew what it was. I already had sports taken away from me at like the crucial points of like the season of like my career, like the time.
Right.
Like I'd be like on the verge of going to the championships, getting kicked out of team.
Damn.
Like pulled out of school for grades type stuff. Like I already been through that. Like when I get to college, man, I'm not wasting my time doing that.
Right.
Ever
Like,
get
it's
been
over
there.
with, man. Been there, done
And they
that.
took my yellow and black ball from me, bro.
Man, took everything from me, though. For real though. Like,
I used to love Biddy.
man, love that hoop.
So y'all played part.
Yeah, I played Biddy in Keaton Heights.
Shut Paul down, man.
Another episode, man. In the books, man. Make sure y'all subscribe, man.
Make sure y'all
like, share.
Yeah, y'all already know that the FanView podcast. Listen, like, subscribe, share, comment, tell a friend. Y'all already know what it is. More content been coming. FanView podcast.
And be on the lookout for our new TikTok page.
Yeah,
It is.
yeah, it's coming.